The long-awaited MGS 4.0 is here. Yep, it's finally here after an entire year of me lazing around. But before I get into the new features, let's go over installation. MGS 4.0 is for 1.17 only, 1.17 and above. So if you load it up in 1.16, it will not work. With that out of the way, all you need to do is download the Datapack here from the description of the video, and the resource pack here, also from the description of the video. And if you want crafting, the crafting pack as well. Now to set it up, you simply create a world, any kind of world, and you go to Datapacks, open pack folder, and you drop the Datapack, and I'll be installing the crafting pack, but it's not required, into this folder, and you'll see them show up. You want to apply the Datapack first, then the crafting pack. Done. Okay, create new world. And we'll wait for that to spin up. Now we need to add the resource pack. We go to resource packs, open the folder, drop this in, apply. And that's it. So after you've installed the pack, you should see two things in your inventory, a manual and a catalog. Now if you install the crafting data pack, you will not see the catalog, but you can always give yourself one using function give manual or catalog, right? And that's also how you give yourself the guns and ammo and parts. So now I have a catalog. How do I use it? Just open it, and you can see a selection of guns. Let's just choose an AK, right? And it'll give me an AK. And let's choose like SVD, and it's going to give me an SVD. Now I want some attachments on this, so put it in my left hand, and then go to the back of the book and find some attachments. Now some are compatible, some are not. In this case, I know the PSO1 is compatible with the SVD, right? And the same can be done with the AK. Let's put a Holo on there. So now that I have a gun, I don't have any ammo. So you need to either give yourself ammo or disable magazines, right? It's up to you. And to disable magazines, you do function config mgs and magazines disable or enable. I'm going to keep it enabled because in the catalog, you can also get ammo. So I can give myself an AK mag. I can give myself an SVD mag. Now that you have your gun and ammo, I'll show you the controls. So shift or sneak, tame down sights, double tap Q to change your fire mode, and single press Q to reload. And you can also right click with an empty gun to reload. And finally, to fire, right click. Now all these controls can be seen in the manual. It shows you everything about how to use the gun, to what kind of attachments are supported by each gun. and also the different game rules that the pack adds. Now onto the new features. First, the visual aspect. So as you saw earlier, there are bullet casings now, but there are also muzzle flashes. To turn that on, you just go to Options, Video Settings, and set it to Fabulous. And sometimes you need to reload the pack a couple times, but once it gets working, you can see there are flashes. Now, if the flashes are too intensive on your system, then you can always turn it back off by turning it to fast or fancy. Now, in addition to the flashes, there are also holographic sights, as you can see here, and picture-in-picture scope zoom. Once again, if it's too intensive on your system, just turn it down. Scope zoom will be gone, flash will be gone, but the basic features still work. And of course, this pack still works with shaders. I can go to Video Settings, Shaders, turn on a shader. The scope is going to be less advanced. It's no longer going to be a holographic projection, but the sights still glow, so that's nice. You're also no longer going to see the muzzle flashes. Now onto the new guns. Over here, we have 9 new weapons. The FAMAS F1, Scar H, the Scorpion, MP7, PPSH, Sten, M590, M24, and M249. Each of these guns has attachments. Pretty self-explanatory. Next, we have an overhauled sound system and redstone activation. So let me go over that real quick. I can go into my sounds, and I can turn down the gun sound so you can better hear the new impact sounds. So we have glass, stone, dirt, wood, wool, planks, soft, mushy things, and of course we got targets that can activate redstone and hitting bells as well. There are also room acoustics now. So here I'm outside and you can hear a long echo. If I go indoors, the echo will be reduced. And if I go in a confined space, there will be no echo and a little bit of reverb. If I get closer to the door, the echo increases until I'm outside again. And that's all for the basic new features. Now onto crafting. Since a lot of people are confused about it, I'll go over the entire crafting system again in this video. So, to get started, you need a smithing table. And you do that by placing them on top of each other like this. And this should become a smithing table, a better smithing table. Now I can craft things. For example, a chisel. You just wait a second and it will craft the item for you. And of course, to view recipes, you press L and go to the smithing table, and you can see all the different things you can craft. So I just did a chisel right here. You can do propellant, you can do polymer, iron rods, casings, everything is here. Now onto attachments, magazines, and filling magazines. I think there was a lot of confusion here previously, so I'll go over it here manually. So to make a magazine, you need to put in your gun, put an iron, and 6 nuggets. And this will craft a magazine for that gun, and it'll be empty. Now to fill the magazine, you just put the corresponding ammo for that magazine. In this case, it's a full round, and it'll fill it up. And you can also fill up the magazine in your hand. So let me reload real quick. And I have an empty magazine, and I have 54 rounds. So I put the magazine in my left hand and hold the rounds in my right. And the player will begin filling the magazine. For attachments, Simply put a gun and attachment in the table together, and it'll put it on the gun. Now, what about things like shotguns that don't have magazines? Well, there's a special procedure for that as well. Of course, you can just put the ammo in with the gun and it'll convert it to the shells. But you can also do this with your hands. You put the shotgun in your left hand and hold a single shotgun round in your right, and that will convert that one. Now I can put that shell in my left and start increasing the stack, just like that. Pretty simple. Finally, blueprints. I think a lot of people didn't know how to get those. Basically, they are littered in loot chests in your world. So it's going to be in nether fortresses, the bastions, mine shafts, the strongholds, and end cities. Basically, the more dangerous the area, the better the blueprint you're going to get. So here I'm going to give myself another bridge loot table, and you can see the blueprints up here. We got rare blueprints, we got common blueprints, epic blueprints, and optics blueprints. And that's how you get blueprints. But yeah, that sums up all the new features of MGS 4.0. If you are a map maker and you're looking for more advanced topics like new configurations and new game rules, then I will be releasing an advanced guide later on. Once again, download is in the description. See y'all later.